Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ottawa, Canada, and I come live Wednesdays and Fridays at 1 o'clock to share Stampin' Up! Products and hopefully give you card making ideas and inspire you to make cards and send cards. So it's Friday, which means Fun Fold Friday. Hey Pat. It was raining here earlier, but I think the sun is trying to come out. Hopefully we have not as crazy weather as we have had lately. So today it is Fun Fold Friday. I'm doing two simple fun folds, but I want to showcase the beautiful Abigail Rose Designer Series paper and this whole suite of products that is in the new annual catalog. I think this was the suite that I wanted to get right away. So it's called Abigail Rose, featuring rose images. And I just really like the muted tones and the natural elements of this paper and this suite. So it does come with a 12 by 12 paper, this beautiful cotton ribbon. Is it cotton? Natural finish ribbon. It's very soft and you can stamp right on it. A beautiful stamp set with really nice sentiments and then coordinating dies. And don't forget to use the catalog for inspiration for your card designs. It was looking at this image in the catalog that I figured out how to use one of these dies. It's really cool how they've designed this suite. So the coordinating colors are Petal Pink, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, Very Vanilla, Smoky Slate, and Basic Black. And I would say white as well. The color is kind of in between Very Vanilla and white. But that's what we're going to be featuring today. Just a reminder of some upcoming events. Summer Stamp Camp. Stamp a Stack of Masculine Cards is full. Summer Stamp Camp, July 6th, but it's all recorded and you get a PDF, so you can do it anytime. The early bird deadline is June 1st, so you want to get on that right away. And I did just post my first two Christmas classes. These are always my most popular. So Christmas in July, these are also classes to go, and so you can make them anytime. It includes the Brightest Glow stamp set, which I can't even show you yet because I'm not able to order it until next June 1st, and then I'll show you. But the cards, it will be the start of your Christmas card series. Hey Diane, and I know Diane, who's on here, makes a lot of Christmas cards. So Christmas in July, July 27th. Why did I say August? Yeah. And then Christmas in August is August 17th. And for each of these classes, we will be making 10 cards. And next week, I'll be able to, once I can order some of the products, to show you what the free items are. I always include an embellishment with all my classes that you can use on your cards. But today we're not talking Christmas, we're talking Abigail Rose Designer Series paper, which is heavenly. So that's the paper. It's got a very antique-y look. Yes, Tony. So the stamp set, the two stamp sets I chose are sentiment stamp sets, just so you know that. Okay, so let's start with this card. We're actually making a little treat box today too. So I have a bunch of different pieces here. So this is basic white, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it doesn't have a regular card. It's just got the card base. Then we have Smoky Slate, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And before we glue that down, we're doing little flap cards today. So I did not write any of these measurements down. So 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh, 5 1/4. Oh no, 6 1/2, and then I did 1 1/4 inch fold. So that's going to get folded down. And it's going to get tucked under here like that. And I want to say, I want to adjust this just a little smidgen. Very technical term. Because I want it to make sure it touches the bottom, and it wasn't really before. Okay, that looks good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down first. I'm going to glue it to the back of the gray. If you're a demonstrator, you do have access to the upcoming July to December mini catalog in the demonstrator planning place. That's one of the perks about being a demo. You get to see everything early. All right, so I'm just adjusting it so it's even along here. That looks good. And now I'm going to glue this onto my card base. Now this piece is for the sentiment, so it's going to go in here. And you could stamp an image on this, which I think I might. I don't know if I have the colors here. I'm going to use Early Espresso. Even though it's dark brown, it kind of shows up as just a dark color. I think I just want one. So pretty. These dies are really intricate. Oh, and I did have this little piece that I cut off. Now I might have just messed it up. Oh no, that'll look good. So I'm just going to put it inside. This was just a little snip I cut off. So we'll just add it right like that. There we go. Now for our top, this is one of the pieces of Designer Series paper. Don't really know if it has an up or down. I think it does. So this piece is 3 by 5. Let's get this out of the way because for sure I will get ink on myself. I really like this actual piece of Designer Series paper. It's very subtle. It looks like it's whitewashed, maybe. Also, don't forget about the starter kit special that is happening right now. It is almost $95 worth of new in-color products free when you buy the starter kit, which is already a good deal. Okay, so I have this little 3" by I want to say 1.5. Yeah, piece, and this coordinates with Petal Pink. Well, it is Petal Pink. Now I have one of the dies. I never even showed you the set. So that's the stamp set, and this is the dies. So this large image has a die that you can cut out, and then there are also these other flowers that you can cut out on their own. I'll just show you. I have a bunch cut out. I did learn after doing the first one to use adhesive sheet on the back. So make sure you have some adhesive sheet in your stash because this is pretty small. So it does help if you have adhesive sheet. So it's got leaves, a 1-petal flower and a 2-petal flower. The leaves, and this tinier little flower. I think that's it, yeah. So I die cut these on Petal Pink. It's just a really pretty set. So that's the stamp set and dies, and that's a coffee stain. So I have the large image and I want to do it a little bit off because remember it opens like this. I have one of the sentiments called Feel Better Real Soon, and it is using the Stylish Shapes dies, one of my new favorite. I think I've used this in almost every card. So then I did another stamp of the leaves and die cut it, and then I die cut the leaf shape just in vellum to add a shadow. Just going to glue that on. It's just a very feminine set. That's why I thought the vellum might be nice. I'll have to see how we're going to attach everything. Want to make sure we don't go off the edge. We might put this down here. Okay, I'm opting to put it down here. And I want it just to the edge. Now for this one, I'm just going to color this flower quickly with my Stampin' Blends. Let's see how light this one is. Oh yeah, that's good. So I'm just going to go quickly. This is how quick it is coloring with Stampin' Blends. Uber quick. And what's nice about the blends, these are alcohol-based markers. So I don't know if you color a lot. I do because I was a teacher. And on a regular marker, if you just went back and forth like this, it would show all the lines of where everything overlapped. Now I'm taking the dark, adding it to the middle, and giving a bit of definition where these little lines are. Whoever designed these, the artist, really did a nice job of helping us know where to add the accents. And that will fade out a little bit. Oh dear, I moved this. Okay, and let's put this up with dimensionals. They are alcohol-based markers, so they are a little bit smelly. Well, you can just smell the alcohol, I guess is what I should say. So we do want this going off a little bit. And we want this to just tuck under there. And I feel like I want to add a bow. Linen thread matches perfectly with this combo. There we go. Just trim that off. And I think right there would be good. There's a lot of different places you could put it, but I feel like that's the place I want it. Now I did pull in the Iridescent Pearls Basic Jewels. These are new in the catalog. So I did end up making this crooked. Oh well. Oh well. So let's add a couple. So there's two sizes. I'm just looking. Yeah, two sizes. They really do show up. I think the smaller one would be better. There we go. Feel better real soon. And then you flip it up and you would write your little sentiment in there. That's very pretty. Now you could go and color these, but I didn't want to introduce any more colors other than petal pink and then our neutrals. Okay, so that's our first card. Our next one, same design, kind of. When I was looking at it, I thought, I don't think I need all those different layers, but anyways. Okay, so we have a base of crumb cake, regular 8.5 by 5.5 scored, folded in half. You could do this the same way and just have it one piece instead of opening, because you'll see in a minute that now there's two places that you could write sentiments. Petal pink, 4 by 5.25. These are 5.25 by 1. Just laying it out so you can see what I'm doing. Tony, pretty soon you'll be able to watch them all the time. So this one is 2.25 by 5.25. Look at this paper. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. So I have kept it at 5.25. You could trim it down a little bit, but I don't really want to. So let's go ahead and put this on, but this one's going to tuck under the same way as the last one did. So I'll just get this situated. Might be a bit long. I think it'll be okay. You can see here where I changed my design. I was going to have it at 5.5 and I changed it to 5.25. So I need to put these down first. Oh man. So hard to put glue on this side, but the pink stripe is really pretty as well. So I did do it the exact height, and then I'm going to just little bit of pink peek through on each side. And once we get these on, then we'll go ahead and attach this behind. It almost needs not, I'm just adjusting this, so I'm being fussy. I want it to come right to the bottom of the pink. Yeah, that's perfect. So this gets glued here. I'll just check. And then this gets glued to the bottom. So like I said, you could, on your bottom piece, it could just be 4.25 by 5.5, because now you're going to have two spots to write your sentiment, because this little white piece is going to go in here. I can hear the chainsaw going. My husband is taking down branches. Now this one I might have wanted to make a little bigger. I think oh well, doesn't matter. We had a lot of trees down in our yard. Okay, isn't that pretty? So you could forget about the little flap and just layer it up like this, because you also have your inside of your card as well. Now, the ribbon that comes with this suite is gorgeous. It's a little bit big if you're tying a bow on a card. Well, it's way too big. You could trim it down. In the catalog, I think there's a picture of one. But look, you can stamp on it. As simple as taking your stamp. I'm using Early Espresso. It works better than the blacks. So let's just go this way. Isn't that gorgeous? So don't think about the ribbon as just for tying bows, because in this case I am not using it for a bow. So what I've done is I've cut a little piece that is 3.5 inches. And then what I did is I just took my pokey tool and I frayed it a little bit. And I don't want to undo these seams, so I just trimmed these at the edges so they were the same height, if you know what I mean. Now this one I did not stamp on, but that's okay. I stamped on the next one that we're doing. So I have my ribbon, I have my little banner, and then I have one of these beautiful flowers that I realized it's not finished poking out. Now this one was the first one I did and realized that I probably should use the adhesive sheet, but it's okay for this card because I'm just going to tuck in the bottom part. So I do want this close to the bottom actually. Tony, are you counting the days? Probably not, because it's probably crazy busy at your work. Okay, so that's how I'm doing that. I actually don't want to use liquid glue on the ribbon because I don't want it to seep through. I'm going to use tear and tape. And it might not seep through, I have no idea. So I only want this as wide as this, just remembered that. And you could put 2 on if you want, but I think it'll be fine with 1. It's always tricky getting this off when it's on ribbon. There we go. So I do want to make sure I cover up this. Make sure it's centered. And then you could pop this up. I'm just going to put glue on. And again, you could add your iridescent pearls or the rustic metallic dots. I thought might look nice, just for something different. Anyone else start right in the middle of the pack like that? Or is it just me? I don't think I want one down here because you'd have to put one on each side and I just don't really want that. Okay, so here's our card. You can write your sentiment in here, or you could write your sentiment in here. I think I would probably take this piece off and just have your sentiment in here. And hey, let's take one of these little flowers. So this is the little flower. It might look pretty in here. It would. So this one I did put adhesive strip on, so I'm going to pull it off and see if it pulls out those little insides. Sometimes the adhesive strip does. Yes, it did. For some of them anyways. That was pretty good. This is so pretty. It is very dainty, so you do have to be a little bit careful with it. Oh my gosh. But I would say use the adhesive strip. Yeah, it's too crazy, I hear you. You and Joan are both retiring. Okay, so there's our card. Now, for a fun bonus, we have these cool little peekaboo treat bags, and honestly I did not realize till I saw something online that the package comes with craft, but it also comes with white ones, which I did not even notice. So I was using the craft one anyways, and we're going to make a little treat bag to go along with this card. So here's what they look like. They're not very big. They are 4 by 5.5 by 3 1/4. It doesn't seem like that big. Yeah, it is. 4 by 5.5, and then it's got this kind of little opening. And you know what I like about it is it's pretty small, so it's not going to hold a lot of things. Let's try these little candies I have sitting here, like maybe 2. So if you have some of those little Dove candies or jelly beans or something like that, it might be pretty. We're going to do it without candies. So here I have my ribbon that I already stamped. And I'm designing this so that it comes across to the front, overlaps, but I want it so that this side is frayed. But before that, we're going to put down this little piece of the pink striped. I think I might need to trim that just a bit. I think I'll use this. Ooh, that side would be pretty as well. Either one would coordinate nicely with the card. So I want it about here. And I just need to trim that off a little bit. I think this would be a really pretty little gift for someone. You know, someone that you don't buy a big birthday present for, but you might just buy them a little treat, like special chocolates or something. All right, let's get back to our tear and tape. And I'm going to put it here because it's easier to get off. So this side I don't want frayed. I do want it straight though. And then we're going to overlap it. And then this side we're going to fray. So I want it overlapped right here. And I will attempt to fray it. No, let's fray it now. So here's how easy it is to fray. You can see it's not frayed yet. So you just start pulling them. They go pretty quick, so be careful about how much you want to pull out. And you can see it kind of getting stuck on the edges there. So I'm going to take my ribbon scissors and just trim those. And then I'm going to trim this so that it's almost the same length. Okay, I think that'll be good. Get rid of all this. It definitely does fray at the edges, so you may as well go with it and just fray it yourself, or have a design that has frayed ribbon. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Okay, so let's get this one off. This is always the hardest part. But it's worth it because the ribbon is so pretty. I could have put it right here, I guess. I'm determined now. All right, so we do want to make sure this is kind of straight, especially because the paper has lines on it, so you will notice if it's not straight. All right, perfect. Now we have some little cutouts from another part of the paper. Before that, I want to do just a little knot, I think, with a little tag. This is from the Tailored Tag dies. We could have tried to put it around there, but that might have been a bit tricky. So I have a couple of these flowers. I am going to color this one pink, just to bring out a little bit of the pink in the paper. I'm going like super fast because it seems like this has been a long video. Take a little bit of the dark and just trim it up. All right. So now we have our little bag. We've got this one, which we want to pop up. Probably better to wait till it dries, but hey. So we want to make sure that we can see our little frayed bit. So that's going to go there. This one is going to go beside. So we only want this one pink because that's the focal piece. And we'll just pop this one up. Now I feel like it needs like a ribbon or something. Oh, there are leaves too. We'll trim that a little bit and then just stick it in there. All right, and now we have our little tag. Let's just put the tag there. I think that'll be good. There we go. A cute little bag. Oh, it needs some. Let's coordinate with these ones and add some rustic metallic backed gems. Let's put them down here. Nice. All right, so that's our little card and treat bag. And then I had a lot of stuff out today. Our first card featuring more of the grays and blacks. And of course, petal pink. And next week on Wednesday, I'll do another thing with the Abigail Rose and show you how to use some of these other pieces that cut and stamp really cool. Okay. So that's our 3 projects for today, 2 cards and a little treat bag. The Just For You is from Celebrating You. Awesome stamp set. Awesome. It's got a great Happy Father's Day one as well. Okay. Thanks for joining me today. I do appreciate it if you like or share my video. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you will know when I go live. And if you like these cards, give me a thumbs up. That would be great. Okay, so I will be back on Wednesday, and I have a card started with the Abigail Rose to show you this cool little feature with the paper and the die cut. It's pretty cool. So that will be on Wednesday. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I hope the weather stays nice where you are. See you next week. Thanks, Diane. Just wait and see if there's any questions. All right, we'll see you guys next week.